Guys, it's Sarah, and today let's talk about what I'm planning to read for the month of March. I'm trying to take it a little bit easier-ish. I know. I do have a stack though. So I'm going to show you first what I'm in the middle of and what I plan to finish this month. Some of them I can finish pretty quickly here. And then I have a couple of review books to finish up for the month of March so that I can have my video going up this month for that. And then middle grade March is happening this month. I have picked 3 books I'd like to read for that. So only 3 because I have some other things I want to do, but I want to still read some middle grade because I love middle grade March. And those are easy for me to get through too. So I picked kind of 3 of my top priorities. So I will talk about those. There is a backlist readathon happening in March that I would like to participate in, but I will have a separate review or separate TBR video for that when a little bit closer. That starts on March 9th. So I guess coming up here soon, I'll have a separate TBR for that. And I just haven't figured out what I'm going to read for that one quite yet. And yeah, so let me show you what I have picked right here. Okay, so first what I'm currently reading is The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm still working on this one, and I do plan to finish this before the end of the month for the Lord of the Read-Along. So confident I can do that, no problem. I am a little bit behind on where I should be right now, but that's okay. It's something that I can easily make it up. But yes, do plan to finish this for the month of March. I am also currently finishing up The Fountains of Silence by Readathons. I started this for Historathon and then just wasn't able to finish it before the end of the month was done. But I'm right here. So I have a little bit left. We'll finish this within the first week for sure. So yeah, but really enjoying this one still. And one of my 5-star predictions I'm working on is Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. Now, this one I had to buy physically because I was reading it on my Kindle because our 5-star predictions are Kindle books, right? So I'm reading it and it's taking me a long time to read it because it's long. And I was like, wait a second, I'm pretty sure the print book was only a little over 300 pages, which it is. It's 305. So I didn't understand why it was taking me so long to read it or why the file was so big. I just didn't understand what was going on. And then it hit a point where I was getting multiple POVs and I was just really confused as to what I was reading. I didn't think something was telling me I wasn't reading the correct, this final print version. Come to find out, nope. That book was originally published online only, and it was something that they were adding to consistently, and then it got picked up by a publisher, and they decided to publish it, but it had to be very heavily revised to make it into what it is now. And yeah, so I did not know that. And if I had known that, I would have just probably purchased this because, it's shorter. So I'm kind of having to start from the beginning and skim through it a little bit because I have read part of it already, but already, even in the first 20 pages, one of the scenes ended a different way than it did on what I read on my Kindle. It was the basic scene still, but it ended differently. That's happened twice now, and it changes the dynamic of the story. So I'm kind of rereading from the beginning again. I'm able to mostly skim through it because it's basically the same. Some of the names are even changed though. The 2 main characters are the same, but some of the names in here are even changed from what I read on my Kindle. So this one's been an experience. But it is a 5-star prediction, so I'm going to finish it before the end of the month for sure. And it's pretty easy just for me to kind of skim through a few chapters here and there. So it's not that big of a deal, but it even says on the back here, it was extensively updated for re-release. Extensively. To the point where I need to kind of reread it. So that's been an experience, but I'm not mad about, having to get another physical Christina Lauren book on my shelves. I'm not mad about that. Okay, so those are the main 3 books that I'm currently reading that I will be finishing this month. All 3 of those will be finished. And then I am going to skip the Literally Dead Book Club pick this month because it's not something I've ever heard of. I did write down a couple libraries where it's available, so if I want to pick it up, I can, but I think I'm just going to skip it this month because it's not something that was on my radar in the first place, so I'm not going to worry about that. But there is a read-along starting this month that I want to take part in. and that is the Elderling Along, which is, I saw it announced on Becca from Becca and the Books channel, and there's a whole bunch of different hosts. So I will leave her announcement video down below, and then she'll have links to all the other hosts as well. But this month they are starting with The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. So everything in the Elderling world is getting started right now, and I want to read those. I have the first 2 trilogies on my shelf, so it's perfect time for me to pick them up and start reading them. And this first one they're doing in a month because this is the shortest one of the entire world. So they're taking a month to do this one. I have already read this. This will be a reread for me, but it has been 2016 is when I read it. I remember because we went to Disney World and I took it with me when we went to Disney in 2016. So that is 4 years ago, and I don't really remember what happened in this book. So I need to reread it because I couldn't give you a good synopsis right now. And this one is it's not even 400 pages. It is 392 pages is this book. So because it's the shortest one, they're going to take the month of March to read it. And then starting in April, when we pick up the second book, it's going to be 2 months to read that one because it's much longer. And they just kind of keep getting bigger and bigger. So I'm planning to participate in the Elderling Along, starting with this one. Definitely happening. I have one more arc that I need to read for the month of March. This one comes out on March 17th, and that is Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Roble. But I did get a physical copy, a physical arc of this one to read, and I really do want to read it. This one, I believe, deals with some Munchhausens by proxy, and I've heard really good things about it from people who are reading it. So I'm excited to read this one. Okay, I also plan to do some middle grade reading as well. I've only picked 3 books because I just don't want to overwhelm myself too much. Middle grade is very easy for me to get through. They're very quick reads because they are for a younger audience. But I definitely wanted to participate in Krista's middle grade March thing. So I will leave her announcement video down below because she did a big announcement. She does videos all throughout the month. She's had quite a few even up already with recommendations and some of her favorites. And there's prompts if you guys want to follow prompts. I'm choosing not to follow the prompts this time just because I'm only going to pick 3 books. But I will leave a link to her stuff. But if you don't follow Krista, make sure you do, especially through middle grade March, because she has a lot of great videos like planned. So the first one I grabbed from the library actually, and that is the group read. They picked a group read, and it was something that I was interested in anyway, and that is The Book of Boy. And this is by Catherine Gilbert Murdoch. It's a Newbery Honor book actually. And I've heard really good things about this book. It's a small book, like it looks long, but it's really not. And, you know, it's middle grade. So it's like that. So this will be a pretty quick read, but I do plan to pick it up. I would also like to read the next book in the Land of Stories by Chris Colfer. This is A Grim Morning. This is book number 3. This is a series I want to get back to because my daughter has read all of them, and she left me in the dust. We actually read the first 2 together, and then she left me behind and finished the rest of the 6-book series. And now there's a spin-off series happening for this now, and the first book is already out. My daughter already has it, so I need to get back to this, and I really want to. I really enjoy these books. And these books, I'm assuming, are going to have some grim fairy tale characters in it. So I'm excited. This is a series that I really, really enjoy. It's just so much fun. And the last one that I would really like to get to is The Thing About Jellyfish, and this is by Allie Benjamin. This was sent to me from Lindsay for our 12 Books of Christmas book exchange, and I definitely knew I wanted to pick this up for middle grade March so that I could, read one that she sent me, and it's like the perfect time to do it. I also have a couple books that are just still sitting in my bedroom that I have pulled for previous TBRs that I just haven't read yet. So I'm just kind of leaving them there. And then if I feel the urge to pick them up, I will. So I'm not going to worry about showing them or whatever. If I get to them, I do. And if I don't, then I don't. But I also have a couple more 5-star predictions to finish up. I think I have 2 more. I started one of them, and then I have one more I think I need to read, and then I still have my 5-year Unhaul Project books that I'm working on. I'm keeping a little hush-hush about those, but still going on that. And then I want to do another I want to do TBR jar. And I know I said I wasn't going to pick a whole lot, and I kind of am, but I want to do another TBR jar because I just really enjoy that. And yeah, so we're gonna do, let's pick 2. And then if I get to them, I do. And if I don't, they'll sit there with the other ones. It's fine. Okay. I shouldn't pick 2, but I'm going to anyway. It's fine. All right. These are all prompts in here. So let's pick one from the middle. Okay. Let's see what this one says. Ooh. Top author. So that means one of my favorite authors, just a book I haven't read yet from one of my favorite authors. I'm not even getting up, guys. Not even getting up. It's sitting right here. Blindsided by Karen Slaughter. I have been wanting to start this dang series. I wanted to start this last year because this is the start of the Grant County series, which I believe is it 6 books? I have them all. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 books in the Grant County series. And then there is a Will Trent series, and the 2 merge and then goes into Will Trent, like the characters overlap, and then it keeps going. And I think the next book in the Will Trent series is coming out in August or September, something like that this year. So I wanted to, get all the series and have them all and then read them all and then be ready for that. I'm not going to be ready for that. I haven't started it yet. So, top author though, for real, Karen Slaughter is one of my favorite authors now. I have 5-starred everything that I have read from her so far. I really want to get started on this. So top author. All right. So when I use a prompt, I keep it out of the jar and I put it back in here, and then I pick another prompt to put in there. So I'm not picking the same prompts over and over again. I try to pick kind of from the middle. So I'm going to replace it with a 1-word title. Okay. So I'm going to fold this up and put it in here, and then we will pick one more. All right. I'm going to mix it up real good again. These TBR jar picks have been interesting. I don't know that I've read one yet. I'm not sure if I've read one yet. I have them all sitting in my room, so maybe I'll have to do like a fun project, like reading them, or a reading vlog, or a readathon, or something where I'm like reading all the ones I haven't read yet, because I'm not putting them back on my shelf. I'm keeping them in my bedroom. Okay, let's do this one. This one is, a Tucson book. Okay. So these are books that I bought when I lived in Tucson, Arizona, when we lived really close to a really huge bookstore, a used bookstore called Bookman's. Oh my gosh, it was my favorite place to go because it was huge. It was like Barnes and Noble huge, and it was just full of used books. It was incredible. And that's when I started buying a lot of books. So I'm going to have to look at my shelves, and because I kind of know which ones I've purchased there. Like I can remember when I buying them there. So let me go see if I can pick a few options, and then we'll pick from there. So give me a second. Okay. That was harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't think I have that much left that I specifically remember. I absolutely bought this in Tucson. So I have a stack, but I don't know. Okay, so first one is The Art of Fielding. This is by Chad Hardback. I don't know what this is about. I bought it because I saw a lot of people talking about it, and a lot of people said it was really, really good. I think it's about baseball somehow. Yeah, but it is always one that I've wanted to pick up, but I don't know. I just heard really good things. It's over 500 pages, just over. Let's see. 512 pages. So a little bit of a chunker when I already have a lot of plans. Okay, so there's that. I also have An American Wife by Curtis Sittenfeld. This is, I think, isn't this loosely based on Laura Bush's life? Like it's inspired by? I'm pretty positive, but it is, it follows a kind, bookish only child born in the 1940s. Alice has no idea that she will one day end up in the White House married to the president. So I think this is inspired by Laura Bush's life. Inspired by Laura Bush's life. So not a direct retelling or like not a biography by any means, but one I've always wanted to read. And I do really like Laura Bush. I just love that she's a librarian and all that. So that could be an option. This one is also a bit long, over 500 pages. 555. Okay. Apparently I like to buy long books. This is, okay, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star by Jenna Jameson. I bought this when Borders went out of business, and it was one I'd always had my eye on. It's her autobiography. It's not a how-to. I feel like I need to say that every time I talk about this book. No, it's her autobiography. And I don't know, it's always interested me. I've actually heard it's really good. So I don't know. This is huge though. There are a lot of pictures, which I will not show. I can't do that. And there's a lot of journal entries. So I think I could even though it's long, I think it's something I could probably get through. Like there's full page pictures a lot of the way through here. Again, I'm not going to show anything that is not appropriate. But so it looks like I could actually probably get through this fairly quickly. So even though, and then again, like I said, there's a lot of journal entries, stuff like that. So even though this is ridiculously long, I mean, we're talking longer than the other one. We're at 565. But again, like something like this, you know, that I could just kind of glance through. Let's see what the final count is here. 579. But I think I could probably get through it quickly. So this could be a contender, you guys. Like finally read this. I mean, I bought it in Tucson. We left Tucson in 2014. Did we? Yeah, 2014 we left. So been here for quite a while. That could be an option. The other two here are Jodi Picoult books. Now, Jodi Picoult is one of my favorite authors. However, I have to be mentally prepared for one of her books because she's going to kill me. So one of them is Lone Wolf. I remember buying this at Bookman's specifically. So definitely is a Tucson book. And then the other one is The Storyteller. This one I actually have signed because I went and saw her at the Tucson Book Festival and she signed it to me, which was nice. And yeah, so two Jodi Picoults. Probably not going to read them right now though, because I do have to be in the right headspace for Jodi Picoult. Anytime I pick one of her books up, she's very heavy. She makes you think and she rips your heart out. So I guess I'm really, even though I pulled them to show them, because I know that I bought those in Tucson, I don't think I'm ready for a Jodi Picoult right now. So I guess I'm picking between these three. They're all pretty chunky, but of the three, I'm probably going to be able to get through this one fastest, even though it's the longest, but just based on the content and the, like what's in here, the pictures and journal entries and drawings and stuff, like I could probably read this really fast. So I think I'm going to do this. This is happening. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's happening. This I have to read at home by myself with no one around. So we'll do that. I can't believe I'm doing that. Okay. That's happening. Okay. So I will put Tucson book back. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep that in there because apparently I don't have that much to choose from anymore. It could get me to read one of those books though, finally. Let's replace that one with blank. There's nothing written on that. I have a couple blanks in here for like when I come up with new ones. Backlist review. Okay, we'll put a backlist review book on here. That's good. I still have books that were sent to me from publishers that I haven't read yet, so that could be good. Okay, so that will be for next time because I'm not going to pick another one. I kind of want to, but I love picking the prompts and picking a book from there because I just don't know what I'm going to come up with, but everything else is so structured right now. So I don't have the luxury of picking even more than two, and we'll see if I even get to those two. Okay, so naturally, Naturally, I picked way more than I should have, but I do have the backlist readathon coming up that I want to participate in. So some of these books will probably end up on my TBR for that. So I'm going to see, I need to start building my TBR and figure out what I'm going to read for the backlist readathon. If I pick new books, I might, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a separate TBR or not. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just do a reading vlog. I do plan to do a reading vlog for it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just include a TBR with that and just talk about what I picked for those, because I'm probably going to pick things that are sitting right here instead of picking new books because, you know, So I think I'll just include it all in a vlog. I know I said earlier that I was going to do a separate TBR video, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to pick what I can from my stack, hopefully. And then I will just do that at the beginning of my reading vlog, just show you what I'm going to be reading. And we'll do it that way. I think that's just going to be the better way for me to do it. So, yeah. All right. That's going to be it. I have all the links down below. I will leave Krista for middle grade March. I will leave the backlist, one of the announcement videos for the backlist readathon. I'll put the one that I personally saw first, and that's Zoe. So I'll leave her announcement video link down below. I will leave the announcement for the Elder Ling Along down below as well. So all sorts of things down there for you guys to check out for sure. Wish me luck. Everything's fine. I'm going to get to what I can. If I don't get through all of them, you know, I definitely have priorities that I need to get through first. And then if I have time, I'll get through some of the other ones, but it's fine. Regardless, they will sit in my bedroom until I pick them up, but they are definitely going to be on the forefront of my mind to read sometime in the near future. So, okay, let me know down below if you guys have read any of these. And I can't believe I'm about to read a Gemma Jameson book. It's fine. Okay. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.